there to say, Mom? I've lost. Council voted and I lost.
Sweetie, you never had a prayer.
It's not funny, Mom.
Ren, when you got to the part about the leaping and the laughing, the weeping and the dancing, which I loved, don't get me wrong, I was watching the faces of the town council. I promise you, Sean Moore had those folks locked up before he walked in here tonight.
You mean you think that Reverend Moore told them how to vote?
You still sound shocked. I love that about you.
But he's a man of God.
He's a man. And you were railroaded.
Man, that really ticks me off.
Good. Now listen. Reverend Moore said he would reconsider only if someone could convince him there was no danger in your rocket party plans.
Rocket party plans? Can you believe those people? What?
Make him reconsider.
Me?
You.
And him?
Yep.
When?
Now.
But...
Ren.
Mom!
Stop. Until you do, you will never make peace with that man. Or this town.
I didn't convince him in here.
No, he wasn't listening in here. Make him listen.
I said everything there was to say. I spoke my speech. I spoke my Bible.
You did everything but speak from your heart.
Reverend Moore's an intelligent man.
So are you.
And he's stubborn.
And you're not? Well, I'd love to be here to watch, but I've got to get home and calm down your aunt and uncle.
Mom, I love you.
You have no choice. Now go.
I can't believe you would do
Fine,
that.
please don't start.
Sean, it's fine.
Go to bed.
Come on.
Reverend Moore?
It's late.
Really? I'm wide awake. I have a question.
You couldn't wait till morning?
One question. This afternoon, did you tell the council how to vote?
Well, we discussed the issue, of
But
course.
did you tell them how to vote?
Man, this is more of a question of a dance.
Did you? Reverend, I understand what this town has been.
Why don't you do? Otherwise, you wouldn't have provoked your classmates to reopen these wounds that we have healed.
These wounds are not healed. If they were, people wouldn't be glaring at me in the street. They wouldn't be snubbing my mom as a martyr. People wouldn't be boycotting my uncle's business. And you wouldn't be fixing the council meeting.
Oh, I thought it was time to put an end to this nonsense.
Nonsense! All I say is, who's up for a little dancing? And all anyone can think about is the Tawny Bridge and four
Mr.
young
McCormick!
And I know your son was one of them. But trying to honor their memory by shutting out the world isn't working.
Good night, Mr. McCormick.
Sir, if I could
Mr.
just...
McCormick, I would like to be alone.
Sir, you already are. We both are. You and me. We both want somebody. People say they know what it's like, but they really don't. I bet you think 1,000 times a day. Why? I know I do. I think, why did he go? Was it something I did? Is there something I could have done to make him stay? Is there something I could do to bring him back? The answer's no. I don't have to tell you. You lost Bobby.
Mr. McCormick, go home. Oh, yes, he has all the answers. He's gonna set me straight. How can he presume to know what I went through? He hasn't got a clue. But how could anyone, unless they had sons? As perfect child can be, the best of all the best in me, my brush with immortality, my kids. For 16 winters and 15 springs, I had a son, and still it stings. I remember all the things we did, me and my kids. Things like fishing at the lake, tiptoeing out before dawn. Bobby would worry, we didn't hurry, all of the fish would be gone. We would sit and huddle in the boat, waiting for something to bite. I'd watch the sunrise in my own son's eyes. The world would fill up with light. Bobby would ask a million questions like, Daddy, how many is the biggest number? Daddy, why do I have a thumb? And I confess, I didn't always have the answers. I didn't always know which way was true. Nevertheless, I've always tried to lead with love. All that any father can do. As the years went by, we had our differences, but then others. Even if the friendship wasn't all it was before, we shared a lot. And who'd have thought that so much joy could vanish in a blink? Whoever stops to think, and in that final moment, who knows what went wrong? The questions came too late and lingered far too long, and I confess, I don't always have the answers. I don't always know which way is true. Nevertheless, I've always tried to lead with love. That's all that any father can do. Now look, what do I do? This boy comes to me, this fatherless child. I scoff at his pain and I send him away. My daughter speaks up and I shout her down. I won't hear a word of what she has to say. My wife reaches out and I turn my back. I send her to bed without even a kiss. Can my God forgive the things I have done while I try forgetting how much I'm still missing my son? I'm tired of feeling nothing but numb. Maybe the time has come to finally let the world in. But how do I begin? Give me strength, and maybe then I can reach my fellow man. so we all may rise again. I confess I don't always have the answers. I don't always know which way is true. Nevertheless, I've always tried to lead with love.